What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Starfighter podcast. It's Dom and Ethan. What's going on, man? We haven't done a show together in a little while. Hope you're
It's
doing
been a
good. I
long
know,
minute.
yeah, I know both of us have taken on some managing responsibilities, moving on up at work. So we're definitely both on the same page as far as being busy with our schedules, but um, it's great to finally do a show after a few weeks.
Yeah, it's really nice actually. It's been a hot minute, but we got some time. We got some time tonight, so we're gonna run
Oh yeah, and thanks again for last week when I was gone
it.
for Friday
did,
Vibin. No,
did,
I
did,
mean I
did you get to
watched the
see the
replay.
end? Did you get to
Y-
see that do it?
Yeah, I watched the replay. There
I
were
thought
some
it was pretty funny. I thought it was pretty
technical
funny.
difficulties, but yeah, it was funny.
It turned out pretty funny. Yeah.
And yeah, you guys talked about a lot of awesome stuff. Maybe we'll touch on a little bit
Yeah.
tonight too. Um, but yeah, guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And our Wednesday shows is really when we get to talk with you, the audience, kind of have a dialogue back and forth, share different things that are going on throughout the week, definitely about entertainment. Tonight, I'm going to share a little bit about my Disney trip. Also, I just uploaded last night my video building a new lightsaber. That was cool. Shout out to Wave for taking that video. But yeah, I was going to share a couple other pictures and maybe talk a little bit about like some of the new rides because I got to go on the new Spider-Man ride and that was cool. And then after that, Ethan and I are going to do a little breakdown, not like super long, but a little breakdown on Star Wars Visions. Um, Also wearing the new shirt, which I got from Disney. Really love it. This is the Duel, so it's like the episode one. And I think his name is Ronan. But yeah, I can't wait to talk more about that. And then before we head out tonight, we're gonna open up some more Pokemon cards, so that'll be fun. But yeah, anything exciting in your week so far that you want to share?
No, not at all. It's gonna be a rough week, dude. I Fun fact, I'm going off of I've been awake for many hours and it's definitely over 24. So
No way.
yeah, yeah. Because I got back from work and then I was like, because there's some long meeting and then I had to do school, so I'm all busy over here, but
Man,
on the
that's
grind.
crazy.
As long as I got my drink though, I'm good. Probably.
So when are you planning on catching up on sleep?
Not tonight. Not tonight. I might hit the 48-hour mark at some point, but hopefully I get some sleep because I got a busy day tomorrow. So
You hate to see it, but hey,
I'm living,
all the props, man.
and I'll figure it out.
But yeah, let me bring this up. I was gonna share a few
Whoa.
pictures real quick. We had a lot of fun. Obviously, this is me and Wave and brother and sister-in-law. Got to go on the Millennium Falcon ride again. Super fun ride. It's kind of like Star Tours, but um, definitely like more interactive. And you are like on a set course. Like there's kind of like somewhat of a track, but um, like one person is like the pilot controlling horizontal, and then the co-pilot controls up and down, and also makes the jump to light speed. But yeah, it's fun. It's also like not super easy to like maneuver around. Like it's definitely a little bit challenging. And one thing too about like when you're the co-pilot, it's inverted, so um, up is down and down is up, and it feels weird. Um,
Yeah.
Even though I've kind of been used to it, like it's still different than like a video game when you're playing on the controller as opposed to like this big arm that you have to move up and down.
Hmm.
But super fun ride. There's a blurry picture. Oh, and then this is in Rise of the Resistance, and this
Okay.
is hands down my favorite ride. This is the second time I've been able to go on it. You still have to enter into a virtual queue,
Yeah.
which kind of sucks. Also, if you don't get into the queue, you feel like a loser, and it's less so this time around. But like the first time I went, like about a year and a half ago, like it was crazy. It was right before the pandemic, and everyone is like just like ready on their phones, like almost the entire park. You can tell like everyone is waiting to enter, like once it turns like 8 o'clock, and the people that got it will literally be cheering out loud. And then, but there's also like a mass amount of people that didn't get in as well, and it
Oh
just
my
really
god,
sucks.
that's gotta be terrible.
Um, it
It,
wasn't.
is it still difficult again to do the lightsaber?
No, the building the lightsaber was never a problem. But I will say the cantina is pretty booked too. You need a reservation for that. I got
Okay.
to go last time, but we didn't. Everything was booked as far as reservations for the cantina this time, so that was kind of a bummer, but not too bad.
Yeah.
This is more of Rise of the Resistance, and those troopers look real, and it's just crazy when you go into that room. Um, but yeah,
That's insane.
and then also Toy Story Mania is one of my favorite rides too.
That's California Adventure, right?
Yeah, you've probably been on that one, right?
It's been ages, but
So it's kind of like Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters, which is fun too. But
the
I like
best.
Toy Story Mania more.
How dare you? How dare you?
Oh, playing some fair games, and then this is at Avengers Campus. The ship up there looks super cool, especially when you're there. It would be nice if Avengers Campus was a little bit bigger, though. I will say, um, I thought it was going to be a little bit bigger, but it's still a
Yeah,
decent size.
I figured it would be relatively smaller than what a lot of people thought it would be. Just because
Yeah,
it's not like they replaced so much like area, you know. But
yeah, for sure.
still cool.
We did a couple drawing classes, and that was a lot of fun too, especially like when we were, because the first day we like just totally pushed it. Like we went nonstop the first day and hardly took any rest breaks. So like our feet were really hurting and we were getting tired out. So it was nice to kind of just chill and draw some pictures. So this is our Grogu picture.
Yeah, they turned out really good. Looks cool.
Also, this is this room right here where people go to do the drawings is like the best AC. So
Oh yeah, I
and
bet.
and the and there's a couple of couches and like really spread out. So it was nice to chill there.
Where is that? Is that over by like Tomorrowland, like that whole
This
like
is
building area?
in
Or...
California Adventure right
Oh
here.
really?
And it's cool, these screens too, like they're they're playing all different like music and specific scenes from the Pixar movies and just Disney movies in general, but it's a really awesome place. And also inside this room, I don't exactly know what it's called, but um there's like a big sign and it'll show you like the times of which characters you'll be able to go and draw. So pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Um
I was gonna say, do you see the comment?
my man has the perfect slick back in every photo. I can tell. Jealous or impressed. Oh, that's funny.
When you
Shout out.
know the ways of the Torres, you can
Yeah. Shout out
always have a
to
slip back.
Today is Tuesday. And shout out to Wave for the fresh cuts.
Fair.
She's gotten pretty good at it. But moving on, there's just a few more. I don't know if you've ever done this, but this is where you find out which Disney character you are, and it's
Uh,
really funny. The first time I ever did this, I was I was pretty young, and it was just like me and my mom, and I think Abby, and Scar was the first character I got to then, and still today
Huh,
comes up
that's
Scar.
interesting. Wonder how they do that stuff. They probably have like a camera or something like hidden.
There's only a couple of like questions that kind of determine it
Oh, it's
too.
questions.
Yeah,
That's cool.
this picture I thought turned out really cool. So
Oh, that's awesome.
this is they have it set up so you can take some pictures like as if you're in WandaVision.
That's actually really awesome.
The only thing that would make it better is if we were actually in black and white. So I did an edit of that, and so I'll post that like on the gram later.
Dang, that's sick.
And then just a picture in
You had to
front
get the
of the
wheel.
Mickey.
You had to get the wheel.
Yeah. Oh, here's our baby Groot pictures.
Oh
I think
yeah,
I think Waves turned out like the best probably.
yeah. It
I
turned
mean
out super good.
Olivia did really good too, and mine's decent. But I really like Waves a lot.
Yeah,
She really brought out the personality.
it's really cartoony.
A couple of cool statues in one of the Marvel stores in California Adventure. Is mean Bronson
The Gambit.
just hanging, just chilling. Autopia.
Forgot about Utopia.
You can't see it too well right here, but Black Widow and Taskmaster are fighting. And this was actually a scene, and I was trying to. I may upload the video later because I do have it. It was pretty entertaining, and they have like the music going on, and Black Panther comes in too, and they've got some other thugs. Um, I mean, it's a show, and you can tell like it's a lot of fake punches, but there was a couple times where um, the Black Widow actress actually kicks Taskmaster like straight in the chest. Like I'm
Just
100%
going in
positive.
there. Yeah.
But yeah, it was
Use the
pretty
shield to block it.
entertaining, and they have like smoke bombs go off and some little stunts.
That's pretty cool.
And just one more. I think this was the last day. So right about here. Oh, that's my other Star Wars Vision shirt, which I'm all about.
Yes.
Oh, this is kind of out of order, but I think this is when we went the second time we went on Rise of the Resistance. We got like even closer, and just like the hologram looks like so awesome. Like everything about this ride. I mean, it's one of the newest rides, so everything is just like so well made and put together. Like the holograms look really good.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a better picture of the troopers.
I'll just walk up and bop one.
And then, of course, got the red saber, and I was going to show that in just a second. Wave took some cool pictures.
Oh, that's cool.
And then this one, this guy was in my like lightsaber building class or whatever, and
Just like run it.
he was a pretty cool dude. I was like, hey, do you want to get a picture? So we took something together.
Should have done the Obi Annie. Just
And that's it.
that's awesome.
That's
That
everything.
saber turned out pretty cool.
Yeah, I really like it. I was going to show those real quick before we move on to talk about visions.
Because you got the
So
power one, right? Like the
yeah. So first,
set.
this is the one I made like a year and a half ago. This is the green one, and this is the Power and Justice one.
Yeah. I still feel like I'm gonna do a Power and Justice when I go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is the Peace and
Or
Justice one.
Peace and Justice, yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the one I'm probably still gonna get.
I really like it.
Yeah.
And then this time I went with the Power and Control. So this is more of like your typical Sith type of saber.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's like some Darth Maul and Vader influences in the hilt for sure.
Yeah, I think the emitter's pretty cool.
And it's so awesome because all of them have a different idol and like, like the hum.
Yeah, yeah. It's depend on the kyber crystal, right? Or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel
And
like that's what I want to get. I feel like I'm gonna get like a few kyber crystals when I do go, just to have them.
so I got another kyber crystal to put in to share with you guys too in a second. Um,
Nice, nice.
and there's also a little bit of a delay on this one too, and I'm pretty sure it's on purpose. But there's more of a delay when you power down. But there's also a longer sound. But it's just cool. Like they're not all like the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're all very distinct.
that's dope.
I don't know if you could you hear that a little bit.
Yeah, I hear.
Okay, cool. All right. So which crystal do you think I got?
Probably yellow.
So
Figured it.
I went with the white crystal.
Yeah,
So
white and yellow.
this is gonna be like the Ahsoka blade from the Mandalorian and Rebels.
Good, because I was gonna get yellow.
Dude, I so at first I wasn't planning on building a saber. I really wanted at the top of my list, I wanted to come back with the dark saber. Sold out, completely sold out of those when I went. And then I was like, okay, how about the Temple Guard yellow saber?
Yeah.
Discontinued.
Oh, really? That's insane.
So I don't think we're ever gonna see. I mean, yeah, you can still get a yellow saber, um, but I don't think we're gonna see that hilt again. Which it was a cool hilt. And then when you do the class, you can't pick a yellow crystal during the class. You'd have to still buy the crystal separate for yellow. You can
Yeah.
only do red, blue, green, and purple. But anyways, after they said the Temple Guard was discontinued, I was like, okay, well, do you have Obi-Wan's? Completely out of Obi-Wan's saber too, probably
Yeah.
because of the show.
Obi
I'm
Wan.
assuming.
I would assume that's a really. It's also like relatively cheap compared to the other ones too. I remember the Obi Wan being. I'm surprised you didn't get like an Ahsoka one. Well,
I
I tell you
thought
what would
about
be
it,
cool is like getting an Ahsoka. Like if they had like the original Ahsoka ones, like from Clone Wars, and you could
dude.
do like the
Yes,
green.
I was just about to say that. Um, you'll like this. It's pretty awesome. And I thought about it. So I was taking my time looking. The lady that I was talking to previously that told me the information about the other ones not being there, she came back up to me and she's like, "If I were you, I would get the Ahsoka ones." And I was like, "Oh, are they the double white from Mandalorian?" She's like, "No, they're from the Clone Wars, and the two sabers can change back from blue and green because she switches throughout the series from she goes from green to blue."
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
So that's super cool. It's kind of like you're getting a little bit more for your money because you can change colors
Yeah.
and you get two sabers. Um, but I guess the reason why I didn't is even though I really like Ahsoka as a character, it just she's not like at the top of my
Yeah.
favorites list, and
So
also
they.
the
So,
experience was fun
yeah.
of building, and I just thought about it more. I thought it'd be cool to do a like a Sith lightsaber.
Yeah. So they had the Clone Wars Ahsoka ones? Like that that's the thing
Yeah,
that they had? Oh
but
dang.
the last time I went, they had the Ahsoka's sabers from Rebels and the
Yeah, I knew
Mandalorian.
that they had the curved ones, but I was wondering uh, I'm surprised they don't have like different shades of like green and blue and stuff. like because or at least green, like because they always have like the different like shades. Like they
Yeah,
have the one that's like closer to yellow, but like it's not quite. Like that would be like such easy money for them because it's just they do so much.
it's cool because the crystals all are still lit up when you open them,
Yeah,
which means it is draining power from the batteries even when you don't turn it on.
constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still gotta get myself one. We'll see how making it goes.
It's a fun experience.
That looked crazy. It looked like almost purple.
Yeah, I'll show it again in a second. All right, here we go. So this is the white crystal.
Yeah, it looks like blue on the
Yeah,
screen.
it still has like a shimmer of like bluish
It's cool. I
purple.
like that though. It's cool.
Can you hear the sound? I
It's
like
crazy
I
different.
like the noise of it like the
It sounds
most.
like clean. It
But
sounds like Vision.
yeah, it's like a cool buzzing though.
Yeah, like a
Like
hum.
it's a little similar to kind of like how um Kylo Ren's saber is like
Unstable.
yeah, exactly. Oh, got to change color.
That's cool. That's dope.
And it has a way different sound when it powers down too. All right. So
That's insane.
that's a little show and tell. Super fun experience. Looking forward to hearing about your experience when you get to go. Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, Disney was a blast. It was a blast. Now I think that we can move on to talk about Star Wars Visions.
Yeah, man. Sounds good. Run it.
So this was the first, I think, pretty much the first Star Wars anime. Um, and I think, I mean, we did a video a little while back, and we were both saying how we were pretty excited and looking forward to this show. I also did like a reaction to the trailer, and just like my initial thoughts were like, this is actually Star Wars, because I know people were saying it was like, some people were saying like how it was too out there, but one of the great things, and like John Favreau has explained when it comes to the Mandalorian, is they're not trying to copy and paste Star Wars or base their Star Wars off of other Star Wars. They're basing Star Wars off of the things that it was initially based on. And
Yeah.
so similar to this, because it was the space westerns and it was the samurai stories, and we get a lot of that, especially like samurai vibes throughout multiple episodes. And just like, what were your initial thoughts?
Um, I I'm trying to look at the episode list right now. I thought it turned out really good. Like I think consistently each episode had a pretty good climax to it, except for like the second one, nothing like crazy happened. Like there wasn't some like crazy battle, but I thought it looked like really good. And the cool thing too is I would kind of get lost in it for a minute, and the fact that it didn't feel like Star Wars at some points, but like I liked that because then the way they like shifted it back into everything like flowed so smoothly.
Yeah.
Um, and just like the different like cultures and stuff that they like showed like across like the episodes and stuff that are in this universe, and how they like tied it to the Force and everything, I thought was really interesting. And I like how they didn't like they kind of just did their thing. Like they didn't have to really explain too much about timelines and everything and all this. They just made like good short stories, and I thought they all turned out really good. Like I have one that's my least favorite, but that doesn't mean that it was bad. You know, like I thought they were all really solid.
Yeah, for sure. There's this podcast. They don't really do it anymore, but it was called what was it called? It was called Rule of Two, and it was really awesome. But the main guy on there, he was always talking about how it was like this analogy about Star Wars. Um, he called it like the Big Mac when it came to Star Wars, or like the secret formula. Um, but just explaining how like their secret formula, the thing that's like so timeless and just like so recognizable about Star Wars is lightsabers and the Force. And I feel
Yeah,
like we got that so much just in these 9 short episodes, like more so than we have gotten in a lot of other things that are Star Wars. So that
yeah,
was really cool to see. I thought we could maybe go through like the episodes just a little bit, like one by one, starting
yeah.
with the duel. This is definitely one of my favorite episodes, and so it's this about this character Ronan, and not a lot is really said in the episode, but that's kind of cool too because there's just like so much mystery behind it. And I know that there's actually a book um, called called Ronan or something with Ronan in the title, but um, that plays off of this specific episode. But he's a character that I definitely would like to see more of. I might have to pick up the book because I thought he was like super interesting. But what did you take away from this episode?
I think visually it was really cool. Like compared to especially the other episodes, like I that's the one thing I did really like about the whole series is just the different art styles and like how much they shifted like completely and how much it like changed the storytelling of it all. Um, but yeah, I thought the episode was really cool, and yeah, it was kind of just like mysterious and all that. But think it set like a bit of a darker tone for like some episodes. But that's the thing is they did a really good job at with some episodes just drawing suspense simply from their art style. Um, and yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was cool, and it kind of got you started with like anything can happen in this series. Like
Yeah,
they literally had like an umbrella for a lightsaber at one point. So I thought it just set everything up really cool. I liked it.
yeah. I mean, we had talked about it too, and you could tell from the trailer that they had. I mean, skies was the limit for the the amount of things that they could do and like the different avenues that they could approach this series with. But yeah, like when it comes to the umbrella and stuff like that, you know, some stuff was definitely out there for sure, not like typical, but um that's really like, I mean, that's anime. Like they really like push the boundaries quite a bit with a lot of the series, and I thought that was really great too, because like you mentioned before, it all still comes back together, and even like when they do push the boundaries, like it still comes back together, and like, oh, I can see how it comes back as a Star Wars story in the end. So
Yeah,
it's still
I
super
think
cool.
the one consistent with all these episodes is like the Force in general, and but that's what I liked about it so much is just like how different each of these was, but they still tied into that in some capacity. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, and it made me think like when I was watching them, kind of like what you're saying, but it made me think about like the story writers and the directors and stuff, because this is like the first Star Wars anime, but like you know that a lot of these people that worked on the show, they were huge Star Wars fans, even if they pushed the boundaries and did crazy things.
Yeah.
I I'm not sure who that comment is from. But anyways, they totally like pushed the boundaries and stuff. Okay. Um, what was I saying? Sorry, I lost my place. But yeah, going back to the story writers and stuff, they really were like true fans of Star Wars, and it just made me think about how they probably have been sitting on some of these ideas for like such a long time on like what if they had this opportunity to make a Star Wars anime, like what would I be doing? What would I bring to the table? Because being like people that make anime, but then being like huge Star Wars fans, and then it's just like a huge collision of the two. And
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily think that this Star Wars anime is going to turn people who aren't anime fans into anime fans. Um, but I do think that like Star Wars fans will appreciate the art and the music and the stories for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of like what you're saying. I don't think it's going to, yeah, shift anything or bring any new interests because even a lot of animes, they're so different from each other, right? Um, but I think it gave a more open space to where you can explore Star Wars better. Like, I think a lot of people forget that it's an entire galaxy with a lot of different people and species and cultures and stuff. And I think the series just did a really good job at showcasing that and then putting their spins on just classic things like, lightsaber battles and stuff like that. But even at the same time, still, honoring everything that came before it. So,
Yeah, and the last thing that I would say about episode 1, the duel, is I mean the lightsaber battle was great in this episode. It was also there's also a lot of other great saber fights too. But like you had mentioned, definitely you get a lot of dark tones. We won't. I mean, we can do a little bit of spoilers here and there, but yeah, I think you just got this blend of like darkness and dark side and um, mystery from the main character of Ronan, and then the ending I really love too. How um, he like opens up his robe and he has like tons of red kyber crystals.
yeah.
And I wanted to get your opinion real quick before we move on to the other episode on like what your take on was for this, because I thought it was a really cool, interesting scene. He gives like um what was it? The little boy, he's supposed to be like the ruler of the town, right? Uh, and he gives this little boy one of the kyber crystals and he tells him that this will ward off evil. And my takeaway from that is because he says he's not a Jedi and he says he's not a Sith, but he appears to be a Sith killer, and he's taking these red kyber crystals, and basically he knows that people will fear him essentially. And I thought that was like super cool. But that's what I took away from it. But did you have um, anything?
Um, I think that's one thing. Like, I didn't do too much with the series. Is like, I don't know. I don't feel like I really dwelled on a lot of stuff. I thought it was just really cool, like the
I
concept
mean, we
of
don't
yeah,
have
they're
to because it's not
well,
canon,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
But
yeah, exactly. But still, like the idea of there being like a Sith killer like that, I think is pretty cool. And throughout the series, they kind of just go over like random stuff, and But yeah, I thought it was a cool idea, and who knows? I kind of hope they do. Uh, I think it'd be cool if they did just another season, like same lineup and everything, but it's just like the episode
yeah,
after these stories because they kind of set every episode up for it to be continued. Was the funny thing?
I've heard that we could get a sequel, and like I mentioned for this episode, there is a book that ties into it. And then also it recently came out that that Disney has been, well, I think it's more so a rumor, but they're kind of talking about, they're open to possibly doing non-canon films and shows. Well, obviously shows because they put this out, but um, I mean, I would love to see like a Ronin or Master Ronin film. I think that would be super cool. Um, but you didn't have any like opinion on like the kyber crystals really, or like who he was as a person.
No, I think it just kind of adds to the mystery of it all and this illusion because it, I don't know, everything, there's always some part of each of these stories that kind of it's out there. Like it kind of, you might feel like, oh, maybe this contradicts like that or whatever. And so it's just like, it's all kind of confusing. I'm like, oh, who knows? Um, but yeah, I just thought it was interesting and who knows? I feel like he might just be a Sith in general. Like they go into like different kinds of Sith and all that through this
Mm,
whole series, and I think
yeah, good
uh,
point.
they make them less like cookie cutter. So
Yeah, and that's really great too, for sure. But nonetheless, a really great episode to kickstart this series. And then we can go on to episode 2, which is Tatooine Rhapsody. It's funny because I downloaded everything onto the iPad to watch all of the episodes on the plane, and I got through most of them on the plane. When I landed, I looked at my phone, turned off airplane mode, and Alex Broughton had messaged me, and he was like, "I already know episode 2 is your favorite,"
oh my
and
gosh,
and I was laughing at it. He was saying that because of being a music lover and stuff, but um, it wasn't my favorite, but I feel like a lot of people won't like this episode, but I still think it's a good episode, and I did like it. Uh, it it was about this kid, and I mean him and his little band, and they play like space rock for
but that's the funny
different
thing
places.
is it's not even that. That was the one thing I thought was interesting. I was like, it feels like they're kids, but they're not because even they're like the same height and everything and like stature as like Boba Fett. Like they're all like
Oh,
the
good point.
same. They're all like cartoonish and everything. And like I thought it was just funny, but it wasn't bad. I think it was probably the only one where you didn't get a lightsaber battle, huh? Like
No,
the
he had a lightsaber. Uh,
he had a lightsaber, but not a lightsaber battle, like a
right,
duel.
right. You
Um,
know,
but I think the lightsaber mic was pretty cool.
you know me. I mean, and again, like to be fair, I think you're approaching it a little bit different when you watch these because you know, and maybe a lot of people will be like this. It's not canon. I'm not gonna like get super invested on where they take it or where they could take things. Um, I don't know. For me, I like to purposely be or I just think by nature I like am a deep thinker on certain things. So even though this one wasn't as deep of a story as some of the other ones, something that I did pick out that kind of like just like added to the dynamics of this more chill, somewhat silly story, is that a couple of times someone asks like the main boy who he is, and every time you don't really get to hear like the final answer. Um he's like I used to be, and then it stops or something like that. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I think I kind of know what you're talking about. I'm trying to remember it right now.
Yeah, so it was just interesting um how they added a little bit of depth to his character there, like um maybe it appeared that he used to be a Jedi or was a Jedi. Maybe he was like running from that life, something like that, and now he's just playing some rock music for Jabba.
Yeah,
um but I thought it was cool. I thought the music was decent too. It was fun and kind of silly. um
Yeah.
You know, definitely a
I
cool little story.
Yeah, it was a fun little story. I liked it. It's probably my least favorite out of all of them, but it's just because the other ones are like so good in my opinion. Like, but this one is just unique, and I think that's the cool thing of these episodes is like they kind of center around the same kind of deal, but it's just in different ways and capacities. So, but I thought it
Yeah.
was cool, and yeah. Also, by the way, I think the lineup that they like had these episodes in was like really good. Like just the shifting of like art styles and everything. Like if you watch it like one after another, was super cool to see.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, episode 3, The Twins. This was my most anticipated episode. You and I talked about that a while back as well.
I feel like it
Um,
was everyone's, unless it was either that
yeah,
or um, everyone's either hyped for this or the duel. I
I
think.
mean, we don't get enough dark side stuff too, man. And like, I think we definitely will when we finally get the Acolyte show. But that was something else that was just like super nice about this series is we get more dark side stuff, like you mentioned, different like Sith archetypes. Um, but this story was pretty cool about these two twins born into the dark side. Um,
It was like Knights
and
of the Old Republic on steroids,
pretty much, and
like that whole like twin thing.
also, the the sister was definitely um, inspired by Vader. Had a very Vader type of suit. When her mask comes off, she still kind of has like the apparatus at the bottom of her chin. And but yeah, they totally like went pretty crazy with some of the
Yeah,
force powers and stuff. How do you enjoy this episode?
I I think I don't know. I think it was just a lot, like a lot in a way.
Yeah,
Like there's some
extra.
aspects of it that I couldn't really get behind. The like I don't know what it was with the sister. I don't know if she reminded me too much of like Phasma or like one of the Inquisitors or something and like Rebels. But there's just like something there that I just didn't like about about it.
I mean, she didn't have the most pleasant voice. She was
Yeah,
also
yeah,
like
it's just
constantly yelling too.
yeah. But otherwise, I thought it was cool. It was just crazy. Like it, I think someone was definitely tripping over there when they were writing this. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was
Eh,
interesting.
I mean, when you get to the roots of the story, I thought it was cool about this brother who has. I don't. Would you say that the brother turned to the light side?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and so now he has to. He realizes that the path that his sister is on with the dark side and like the amount of power and then that ties into her special armor. But the course that she's on is going to ultimately destroy her, and so he's just like doing everything that he possibly can to save her and bring her back to the light. And there's actually a really cool moment. One of the coolest moments about this episode, if you remember, is when it's that moment where she like it's like an out of body experience type of thing where she sees herself as like a light side person. Do you remember that? Where so like she comes to her senses and has a
yeah.
short conversation with the brother for just a couple seconds,
Mhm.
but then she goes back and she decides no, like I'm sticking with the dark side and I'm gonna do this. But yeah, I mean it was pretty cool and as a whole, I really enjoyed it and definitely want to watch it again. But yeah, that was episode 3. Episode 4, The Village Bride. What was your take on this episode?
I liked it a lot actually. I think this episode and episode 5 were probably my favorites. I want to say just because of like
Gotcha.
just because of like how different they were, and
Hmm.
again, like it felt like Star Wars, but in a very different way. You know, like it
Yeah.
wasn't out of the ordinary for it. Um, but yeah, I thought it was just really interesting. Like it, I was getting to points in it where you just like forget it's Star Wars. Like for like
Mhm.
until you get to the end of the like until you get to the climax of like episode 4, like it doesn't even feel like Star Wars for a minute.
Yeah.
And I liked that because it was just like a good story that like made sense, and it didn't like it probably could have been good without even a Jedi like in it, but it just that's how this universe works. So, but it was super cool. Like I liked it. Um, I think again, just exploring places that you probably didn't even think about in the world of Star Wars, because I think when you think of Star Wars, it's like you're always thinking about the Empire and you're thinking about the war and everything, and kind of just like narrowing it down on a smaller scale. It's a lot cooler.
Yeah, and you'll have to remind me when we get to um we saw some scenes in this series. This specific one, if I remember, I'll bring it up later. But we do see like certain scenes that were kind of like mimics of actual scenes in some of the Star Wars movies.
Mm-hmm.
One in particular was the Holdo maneuver. Um, we saw that in one of the episodes. I don't remember exactly which one it was. Um, but
Either.
yeah. But anyways, going back to episode 4, I thought it was pretty good. I want to watch it again. Um, it was pretty slow, I think, for like the first half. When it finally kicks into gear and the climax of the episode, when things like really pick up and when there's that lightsaber fight. Well, actually, it's not even much of a fight. It's just the main character just totally takes out the other, like the villain, but it looked so good and like so smooth and seamless, like the art style um and the way that she like moved with her saber, and
Yeah.
I thought it was just awesome. Also, like she had like they're kind of like rocket boots, I guess. um
Yeah. It's like she was like Zero Suit Samus or something for a minute. I don't even know. She when
and the yellow
when those
saber
boots
and
came
and
off,
the
yeah,
mask too was super sick.
I thought like Mithra like came out of nowhere or something. That's what it felt like to me. Like what in the world?
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was super cool. It's just like random little stuff too that they kind of incorporate with like all the battles and just like random scenes that they have. And I think that's one thing that kept each of these stories like super fresh. Because I think each studio like came up with something completely different.
Yeah, for sure. All right, moving on to number 5, the Ninth Jedi.
My
This
favorite.
this yeah, same, dude. This was my favorite too. Um I I don't exactly remember the specific scene, but and some people aren't going to like this. Um I got some Last Jedi vibes every once in a while
Mm,
from this episode.
yeah,
Maybe it's cuz like just they flipped the script, at one point, and I don't care if we get into a little bit of spoilers. But there's the big turn, of course. Like you're made to believe that the good guys are the good guys, but then in the end they were playing like the main characters, and these fake Jedi become or are actually in reality the Sith
bunch
that
of
have
rats.
returned. Um,
Yeah,
and I mean it was pretty cool. I liked the story, and I liked how they're all waiting to kind of get back into gear as far as uh get back to the ways of becoming a Jedi, or get back to the ways of becoming a Sith, and bring forth um like a Jedi um community, or like a Sith army, that sort of thing, like organizations. And because they kind of in this story, it would seem like that they're both kind of almost extinct, and you're kind of like seeing the rebirth. So that was pretty cool. The girl who's like the daughter of this um, lightsaber forger. Like I thought she was really cool, and plays a really important part in this story. But any specific takeaways?
I think they did a really good job at like doing their little twists and all that. Like the way they try to portray the possible bad guys. Like they literally like stole the look of like the old like generals, like droid generals from Clone Wars. Like I don't know if you remember those guys, but they had like the three eyes and they're like green. And I just thought they did a really good job and everything. Also, probably the coolest lightsaber concept ever. Like in my opinion, like the idea of a lightsaber, its length is dependent on your force strength. Its color is changing depending on, you know, just where you stand in it. I thought it was a really cool
Hmm.
concept. Um,
It was like their specific bond or
yeah.
relationship with the Force.
But also like, and it's kind of a consistent, probably because the like episodes are so short, but they do a really good job at going through the story. But like, I like this concept that once you get like taken by the force or whatever, or like wrapped within it, like you just like you can fight, like you're with it, like it's all balanced and everything. And like this girl, she just got straight to fighting like the second her lightsaber turned green, and I thought it was just like a cool concept, and I kind of wish that's how the movies were in a way, is like once, because the force is strong, and that's what's supposed to mesh all of this, like your strength, and that's where it's all supposed to come from. So the
Yeah,
fact that once you are one with it and you're like able to use it, that all this comes with it, like I thought was a really cool concept, and they kind of do that like throughout the um they do it quite a few times, like even in the next episode, and I think like episode 8 they do the same thing. But yeah, super cool. It looked really good too, and I think they have really cool like character designs. Like the guy with the purple lightsaber, I thought was really cool. Whatever species that guy was.
yeah, we got a good amount of like lightsaber combat in this episode, especially. I think that was really
Yeah.
nice. And aside from the story centering around the Jedi and Sith, it was a little bit of like a father and daughter story in a way too, and that was really cool.
I think one thing is like even with Star Wars, and it's kind of throughout the whole series, is like there's a lot of like species and stuff and random things, but like they make it even more diverse with like a bunch of species that you've just never seen before, and it makes it feel like really fresh. But it works super well because it's like it's Star Wars. Like this would like it makes sense,
Yeah,
and I thought it was really cool. But yeah, it's definitely my favorite episode, I think.
me too. Got to rewatch. All right, episode 6. I believe it's 2B1.
Astro
And
Boy with the
yeah,
Force.
it essentially was Astro Boy with the Force. I'm curious. I want to like hear more of Eric's
Yeah,
opinions. I know Eric's is a Astro Boy fan too, so and I know that he enjoyed the series, so can't wait to talk to him more about this. But I like this episode, and it was kind of funny too, because I mean, obviously 2B1 is a play on OB1,
mm.
um, but he was a cool little character.
Toby.
It also reminded me of was it Toby one or was it 2B1?
Well, they just ended up calling him Toby at one point.
Oh yeah. Okay, so it's Toby one. Anyways, that makes sense. Anyways, and the professor, like he's actually a Jedi master, and he essentially gives him a little bit of training. But yeah, this fun little story about this robot who dreams of being a Jedi Knight, and you know starts to like find his way on the path of actually becoming a Jedi. It's pretty cool.
One of the most satisfying sounds I've ever heard in my life was just the guy like bouncing around. Like he would like do a little bounce wherever, like the master, he'd do like a little bounce, like whenever he's walking into a room, you'd hear like a weird sound. It was like the I don't know why, but I
I
thought that
didn't
was
notice
so
that.
yeah, it's super cool. But I really liked it. I thought the art style was pretty cool. I got lost towards the end of the episode a bit, like the fight scene, but it wasn't like unexpected because it was like all like imaginary in a way. Like he kind of like got lost in his imagination again, just like he was like when he was dreaming and stuff. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
super
was it?
cool. I thought it looked really good.
So you don't think it was real when he was fighting the Sith?
I think it was real, but I don't think they were all like I don't think they were massive. Like because at
Hmm,
the end they like both got like massive or something like that, and it was like some super dramatic fight, and like the guy's like
gotcha.
appearance like like the Sith guy, like his appearance like completely changed. He looked like he was like a symbiote or like I don't know. He looked weird, but
Yeah. I mean, of course, in anime they can exaggerate a lot of different features and stuff like that too.
yeah. But I think he'd already been exaggerating like so much like in the little story so far. I thought it was pretty cool. But
Hey, Captain Jack, I finally met another Star Wars collector today. Yeah, absolutely. Also, I think he might be a newcomer. So shout out to you, man. Hope we see you again more
solid.
more often. Um, yeah. So let's move on to episode 7. We only have a couple more to go. Then we will open up some Pokemon cards and we will head out. Um, episode 7, The Elder, thought was really good as well. Probably another favorite.
Yeah,
I mean, it definitely reminded me of, because I'm a huge Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon fan, and to me
yeah,
it felt like a Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon adventure that I've always wanted to see but never really got the chance. Um, and again, also got like some dark vibes too, and as we talked about, like a little bit different play on the Sith. Um, I really enjoyed the story. Also, knowing a little bit about the character of Obi-Wan really reminded me of the Padawan, because Obi-Wan becomes someone who's like so well balanced and like well-rounded individual Jedi, and just like he has his head on straight. He knows what he's doing. He knows basically what not to do, but he wasn't always like that, and he was very eager, much like younger Anakin, very eager to like go into battle, and like he was just ready for that, but like a little too eager, and that's what we got from the Padawan. And then yeah, the master like totally reminded me of Qui-Gon, and like
yeah.
kind of like Qui-Gon's take on everything. Like it really reminded me of Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, like got some Phantom Menace vibes a little bit there. But what do you think?
Yeah, it just felt like Phantom Menace to me, like a lot, like you and landing on that planet, just like the way everything was and everything was like, just like the whole presence thing. It was like the whole vibe that was going through their heads on Naboo and Phantom Menace, and so I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah, I thought it turned out really good, and they did some pretty cool stuff with explaining like the Force and all that, and just again, it's another kind of Sith that you just don't usually see as much. Um, so yeah, I thought it turned out really good.
For sure. I also, again, I mean, broken record here, but enjoyed the lightsaber combat with the Sith, and um, yeah, I thought the art style was really cool. Also, I mean, a lightsaber battle, like um, when it's like this rainstorm, is like super awesome.
Yeah, I think one thing, and it's kind of like how I kind of like how they mix it up a bit, but like every once in a while you'll see like someone with like their samurai like lightsaber kind of deal, but then you'll see someone with just like a straight up like normal blade. And so I think again it's kind of interesting just seeing how in different like parts of the galaxy it, it's switched up a bit. But
Yeah, totally. Hey guys, those of you who are tuning in, as well as if you're watching on the replay, let us know how you are enjoying the series Star Wars Visions. But let's move on to episode 8, Lop and Ocho. I don't have much to say about this episode, to be honest with you. Um, and this one was probably the least memorable for me, so I might turn to you to shed a little bit of light on this. I know it's the bunny episode.
Yeah, I thought I wasn't gonna like it because it was the bunny episode. Like I thought it was gonna be weird, but I actually thought it fit in like okay. Like I thought it worked out really well, and um, I think her looking so much like so different from the family that she ended up getting like added to the whole like moral of the story that they're trying to build. Um, but yeah, I thought it was a good story. Like it wasn't anything crazy. It was um, a pretty classic Imperial deal, but um, I thought it looked like visually. I thought it looked really good, and yeah, nothing crazy about it, but it was solid.
For sure. I don't have too much to say about this episode, but I didn't mind it, and I want to rewatch it because I don't remember too much about it other than the bunny episode. All right, let's go to our last episode, episode 9. Hope I'm pronouncing this right. Akakiri, I believe is what it's called. I thought this was a super cool episode as well. What do you think about this one to kind of like
It
close
was
out the series?
it was really different, like even the art style too. Um, I thought it was a really interesting way to end it, like the way the story like progressed, and um, yeah, I thought it just turned out really good. But um, and it sounds like maybe I'm downplaying a bit, but like the ending was pretty crazy because it's basically like what would have happened in episode 3 if like everything went near like anywhere close to plan for Anakin, which I thought was pretty cool. But
Yeah, for sure. And I think in this episode, I mean, again, you really get those like samurai vibes, but especially towards the beginning, you get like more of the Western aesthetic, and um, it was just a great blend. And yeah, all of these episodes again just like do really well, like touching on the Force, and the kyber crystals like is a big deal throughout a bunch of these episodes.
yeah,
So super awesome. I've got to watch this last one again because I really did enjoy it, and there's a lot of depth to this last one too, especially like for the main characters and his different relationships with everybody. So yeah, I think as a whole, I really enjoyed this series. I hope that they do another episode, or I'm sorry, another season, I should say.
yeah, I think that'd be really cool. I I think they all had stories that they kind of wanted to tell, and uh, I think it'd be cool to see that continue a bit further.
Yeah, totally. All right, man. Oh, there was a couple quick little things I wanted to mention before we open up the cards. Um, are you planning on getting? And I think that we were done. Sorry, you kind of cut out just a
Oh
little bit,
no, I'm
but
good.
I think we wrapped things up pretty well.
Yeah,
Um, are you planning on getting All Star Brawl next week?
I guess.
um, Tuesday, I'm planning on doing a stream, but but that would be really cool if you're down to do that. We can think about it too, not to put you on the spot.
No,
Um,
I'd be done. I don't know
but
how
yeah,
long I'll be able to handle the game, but
well, Tuesday's gonna be a big deal. It's gonna be a big day also because we get the last Smash Bros character too.
is it getting dropped on Tuesday?
I guess that we don't know for sure. But
If it
I
gets
mean,
dropped on Tuesday, then I'm gonna be on Nick on the
on Smash.
Nickelodeon for like maybe an hour, and then
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
gone.
I was thinking that would be a cool stream to like do a little bit of both, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
fair, fair.
but yeah, I mean, Hungry Box had that video, and he was saying how it's no coincidence that
Oh yeah.
Smash is doing their last character on the same day that All Star Brawl comes out because it doesn't look as polished as Smash Ultimate, um, but I still think it looks cool. And the other thing too is these Smash Bros fans, like a big reason they're looking at it is because it has one melee mechanics and two rollback netcode. So it's gonna make also three um Slap City is like a lot of people talk very highly about that game, and
Yeah.
again, I mean Slap City definitely looks a lot worse than All Star Brawl, but as far as like the mechanics and the feel of the game, it's supposed to be like really good, so and smooth. So I'm pretty excited for it, man. I
I'm gonna hate having to fight a Danny Phantom every
I'm
time I
I
hop
mean
on
you've
that
got your
game.
Danny Phantom main right here,
I'm
so
not gonna play. I hate Danny Phantom.
did you
I
see
don't know if you heard me on on
a little
the
bit?
Friday
Yeah,
Vibes. I hate him so much because
really. I'm
every
surprised.
time there's not even a good reason to. I never seen the shows or anything. It's just when
I've only seen a
I
little
would
bit.
they would take me. I would go to CC's Pizza all the time. Okay, and I would get my brownie. I'd get my pizza, and then I would go in the arcade, and they had the Nickelodeon racing game all the time. And you have no idea how many times I lost to stupid Danny Phantom over and over again because for some reason they always had to make him good. And all I was trying to do was drive around in a Krabby Patty, and it was terrible. But yeah,
Well,
it will be interesting. I do want to play Reptar though. I I feel like that. I'm curious how that's gonna play out.
I mean, towards the end of my melee career, we'll just call it that, I was getting really good at Falco's short hop lasers, which is a big deal for any Falco main. And I was getting consistent at them. If you saw the recent like Danny Phantom video, like his character moveset, his breakdown video, his lasers that he throws out look a lot like it looks a lot like him doing short hop Falco lasers, and I'm all about that.
More reason for me not to play this game.
I'm all about that, dude.
I'm gonna hate. It's just gonna be so annoying. I feel at some points, but I'll try it. It's just I don't even know how long I'll be able to last. I
Dude,
rather
I have a
go. I
feeling you're
rather
gonna
go
like
back
it.
to.
I
I
have a
rather go
feeling you're
back
gonna
to
like it.
melee. Like I'm gonna get to the point where I'm gonna have to choose between Ultimate, uh, Nickelodeon, and just playing melee on a PC. Like I might get to that point where I just start playing melee on PC. Like I don't even know. Who knows at this rate?
Yeah, and speaking of melee, we'll start to wrap things up here very soon. But I don't know if you know who IBDW is, but he
Yeah,
recently won his first like major
against
uh
Plup.
against my boy Plup. Yeah,
Yeah.
Plup is my well, Mango's my favorite. Plup is my second favorite pro in melee. Um, but yeah, I mean, I've been I've been watching IBDW for a while now. Like he's totally like he's made like huge strides,
Did he win
and
with Fox?
yeah,
Still no Mango. He's good.
right,
He's
yeah,
crazy.
for
They're
sure,
both crazy.
for sure.
Yeah.
So it was super cool. So basically, all he's really looking for. I saw his interview after. Um, he still needs to like have like a big win against Mango and Zane like under his belt.
Oh yeah. They're just on a whole other level right now.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not the only one, but he's definitely been shutting H box down, which is crazy.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait for the day where I pull up to Washington and I shine spike you off the map. That was my only
in
goal.
melee,
In melee, I will shine spike you in melee if it's the last thing I do.
We got to play next time. I haven't played melee in such a long time, but probably.
If I can shine spike in ultimate, you have no clue what I'm gonna start doing in melee. Give me some time.
And also, shine spikes look so much better and work so much better in melee too.
Yeah, give me like a week on melee. It's gonna be over.
I think you might be right though. Like, I think I'm gonna play a lot of Nickelodeon All Star Brawl, but I do think it's gonna make me miss melee more. Also, I I was telling you about that game Brawl Out, which it did have a big following for a
Yeah, I
while.
remember that.
It's kind of died off, but Jordan and I played that, and it's pretty fun, dude. We'll have to play that sometime as well.
I just wish Nickelodeon like looked nearly as good as even a game like Brawlhalla. Like it doesn't like
I
I
think
thought
it
it'd be
does.
more. I don't know. The gameplay I've seen it didn't look that polished. Like
Well,
it looked
for
like
the
it was. It
in
looked
the
like it was in
beginning,
beta. It looked like it was in beta.
maybe it was. I mean, in the beginning, they were just showing like the pretty lame characters. So,
I can't. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
um, but hey, it's not like $60. So
That's true. Wait, it isn't?
no, I think it's 40.
That's a good start, I guess.
That's not bad.
Drop it down to 20 and I'll buy it.
Other thing was shout out because ESAM basically tore up MK Leo at this last Smash major. It's pretty crazy.
And MK Leo tore up Tweak right before that. So that's
I
gonna be
mean, it was still.
no.
Was it like? Was it
I
a
want to
shutout,
see
or I think it was still pretty close.
MK Leo and Tweak. That
Yeah, this last time.
I think it was a. It,
Was it a
well,
shutout?
it was a reverse shutout.
Oh, okay, yeah, because it was
It
pretty
was
much a
a reverse.
shutout during Smash Summit.
It was
Tweet
Riptide
King.
was Riptide's a really good tourney to watch.
Yeah,
But now I want to see Pikachu Diddy. I want to see how terrible and just sad that matchup would be. I don't even want to think about that.
dude, have you seen that Meta Knight player Bonk?
I hate Meta Knight so much. The idea of a Meta Knight pro player will make me leave the game.
Dude, this Meta Knight player is taking names, and it's crazy. Um, there's this like really short. You know how YouTube's doing like these short videos.
Yeah.
VG Bootcamp has this short. I watched it last night, but it's of Bonk, this Meta Knight player, and he kills this he KOs this snake player in
I
just a
think
few
I've seen that.
seconds. Did you see that?
I think so.
He does a up throw, but the snake player had grabbed his own grenade, and so he Meta Knight's up throw, he
Combo.
goes up super high in the air
Yeah.
that he takes him all the way up, and they're so high towards the top blast zone that snake dies at like 20%.
What the heck? That's crazy.
It was crazy, dude.
Well,
Anyways, things to check out. All right, before we close out,
Pokemon.
I got a ton of these. I'm going to be opening up some more for our Wednesday shows.
So
what do you want to do?
Is it Vivid Voltage and
we've got Evolving Skies.
Style? Okay, Evolving Skies is the coolest one.
We have Battle Styles.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
I'll show you my Battle Styles card.
Okay.
I threw it in my phone sleeve.
I was like, whoa, is that like...
Yeah, no, that was one of my first pulls from that.
All right, so we have 2 Battle Styles. I didn't realize that.
Evolving Skies is crazy right now.
Oh, I have 3 Evolving Skies.
I've been looking for Evolving Skies every time I go to the store, and I haven't seen one pack of it yet. It's sad. Because I would drop way too much money on it.
Oh, hey, do you want to see your gift now, or do you want to see it later? It
So yeah.
it's a little something, but I think it's
And
pretty
here
cool.
is the gift segment. Yeah, I'll check it out.
So it's a pin, but
Poggers.
it's a very special pin. I think
More poggers.
I think it's pretty sick. I think it's pretty sick. It's the Spider-Man one. Let
Oh,
me take
that's
this out.
dope. That's actually sick.
And he's like turning into. It's kind of like Black Spider-Man, but it's more like silver or chrome.
That's awesome, actually. Yeah, that's sick, man. Thank
But
you.
yeah, for sure. Get that to you soon.
Yeah, that's dope.
So you can hook it on your backpack or something. I got
Yeah.
this Cyclops one for myself.
That's sick. Yeah, that's really cool. It's like classic.
But yeah, I saw those. I thought they were like the two coolest ones. All right, so we're doing Evolving Skies.
Okay, so do you know the trick with these?
Does it matter which one I open?
No, no, it doesn't. So okay, look, here's the trick. I'm not gonna tell you the trick.
Pick which
I'm
one.
not.
Pick which one. Which one
Middle,
looks cool?
middle.
Middle?
So the guy, so Rayquaza, so the Pokemon on that pack, that's
Yeah.
the guy that you want out of this set. He's insane. So if you get him, that's like the rarest card in the thing. There's like four different versions or something. So
What if I
I'm
got
not
him? What
so I'm
happens if
not
I get him?
that'd be pretty insane. So I'm not gonna look because I know that depending on like the code card or whatever, it determines if you have like a good card or a bad card.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
Wow.
I'm not gonna tell you like the colors and everything, so that you don't know this. But then what you do, the trick is so that your best card is at the back, is you take the code card off. So like your blue card is gonna be where I have Pokemon cards everywhere. Okay, look,
All right,
Pokemon
I've got
card,
my
right?
pack out.
So you like get rid of the code card, right? Which is just like a normal card or whatever. Yeah, so you get rid of that. And then you have it like this. And I think you take the back three, so the three cards that are facing me, you take those and put them in the front. And then you just throw them in the front. And
What does
then you
that
can.
do?
So basically, your best card should be at the back or towards the back now. And then you can show them and do whatever you want.
I see. All right.
Yeah. It might be different now, but that's what it used to be.
You call out these names because some of them I can't pronounce.
Yay. Uh, Ice Cube?
Iskew? Iskew?
Iskew? I don't know that one.
He's
Yeah, I
kind
don't
of
know.
a cute looking guy.
Yeah, he's new.
Let me know if some of these are good.
Well. Skip Bloom.
He like sucks.
There's only like there's like two cool cards in each pack.
Trainer badge.
Throw it. Just kidding. I was going through a bunch of my Pokemon cards the other day. Hippopotamus.
He's funny.
Yeah. There's some funny arts and stuff for these things.
This guy's cool.
Timepole. Yeah. He gets really fat when he evolves.
Ooh, this guy's cool.
He's a big boy. Litlia. Yeah. That's pretty dope.
I recognize this guy. He's back.
Eevee. Nice.
How is he back? I thought these were all newer Pokemon cards. Shows you how
And
out of the loop I am.
It's not like all new. It's just a bunch of It's like there's some new Pokemon and some are just classics.
Gotcha.
Cutie Fly.
All right. So now these last three are the better cards.
So it should be. Is one like shinier? Like is one like kind of shiny for you right now? Okay, so it's 4 cards then that we got to pull from the back next time. So the card in the very back is an energy card. But the next 2 cards is where you get a chance to get something good.
Energy.
Energy.
All right, I'll save the best one for last.
You might not get anything. Who knows? Seismic. Okay, so where that card was right now, that's where you have your best chance at getting the coolest card. So you have like the one where it's like it's called reverse hollow. So like where the moves are, that's like shiny. So that comes before you have a chance at getting your best card.
So now you know that I don't have a
So
good
now
card.
I know that you didn't get a crazy card. You didn't get a crazy card.
Really?
Yeah.
So how do you
Cool.
tell? What do you tell it off of? Like, what do you judge it off of?
If it looks like this, or like something crazy, like if it's shiny, then it's usually the
Oh, I got a shiny one right here.
Well, that's a reverse hollow. So if the picture for it is shiny, or like the borders are different or something like that, there's a lot of different kinds. It's crazy. They do a lot.
Okay, last card. I don't even know what this is. Last card. Hopefully it's okay.
It could be a rare. Trigonal. It's pretty cool.
Is that a good one?
So I think it's an uncommon.
Uncommon?
Yeah. You can get rare reverse hollows, which are okay. But what you want
Cool.
is you want to get you can get some crazy stuff. The Evolving Skies though packs can be crazy if you get lucky.
I don't know if you saw when I like started the new live show. If you check out the ending of that, I open up my first pack, and no one could really tell me if I got anything good in the chat.
Oh my gosh!
They didn't really know.
If it's sparkly, and it's not like the one you just showed me that was kind of shiny. If it's sparkly and it's not like that, then it's usually good. It's good.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that was fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll be around when I open up some more cards.
Yeah. Get some good ones.
I've got we're friends with this couple, and she has like some legit old school, like super rare, super valuable, like they need to go and sell these today cards.
Yeah.
And they're like in like perfect condition in like these really awesome hard plastic cases.
Yeah.
And they're super cool. And their kids, they're like 3 little boys. They're all like really into Pokemon. So I've been getting them some Pokemon cards, and I decided, you know what, like Pokemon cards, like it's kind of becoming a thing again. Maybe it never stopped, but it's definitely getting big again. So
yeah,
I was like, it'd be fun to open up some stuff on the show.
Yeah, people do crazy stuff with Pokemon cards. Like, I don't even know. I can like I'll show you. I can show you a crazy Pokemon card if you want.
Yeah, and then we will head out.
And then we'll close it out. This is what you want to be on the hunt for. All right, hold it up. Okay. You want that?
All right.
That's cool. But there's a lot of other cool stuff too. So.
How much is that worth?
Probably a lot. There's probably cards worth more than that. But if cards like start looking like that and all that, that's kind of how you know that they're crazy.
Very cool. Well, hey, can you take the reins and close us out on the stream?
Nope. I'm just kidding. Yeah, sure.
All right. Thank you everyone for tuning in. It was a lot of fun, bro. Thanks for being on today and helping us review some Star Wars Visions, talk a little bit of games. We'll be back very soon, so stay tuned for some more shorter form videos coming your way as well as every Wednesday, our new live show. We'll catch you later.
Peace.